Okay, you asked and you shall receive. Hi, name's Laura. I'm a hot mess. I'm a mess. I'm just messy. Whatever you want to say. Warning, if you do not like a channel that rambles, I suggest maybe finding another location, because here we ramble. Maybe you can give me a little grace, since I do have ADHD pretty bad, and a lot of times it's because my brain literally can't find the word.
Did $26 at the Dollar Tree because I accidentally bought some stuff and then I didn't use some stuff, and then it was a thing. But this week I'm going to take what I had from last week, and there was a lot left over, and I'm going to go to Walgreens, which is a drugstore type store. I don't know if there's other people from other countries there, or I think, but Walgreens has a better, I feel like, food department than CVS, and I don't have a Rite Aid by me. We're gonna go see what we can get for $15 to add to our groceries to make it another week. I have rice, beans, lentils, a little bit of meat, but I want to use that for dinner tonight because I don't think it should continue. And then I need to freeze some of the tomato sauce because I don't want that to go bad either, and the tomatoes. So I think I'll just freeze those in silicone mold, like a ice cube mold. And I'm hoping they have meat. I'm hoping we can find some stuff. Sometimes they have really good food clearance, but that's been a minute. So let's go see. I will see you inside. One aisle of like workers at the end of the aisle. For heck's sake, why? Okay, so the aisle behind me is all like pantry staples. But they do have a cold section. So let's see what we can find. So we're definitely going to have to get more creative here, but bacon is $3.99. So we're grabbing that, I think. This is also on clearance for $1.89. I know it's a protein bar, but it has 15 grams of protein in it. Oh, look at this. 3 apples for $4. Oh, I've never wanted an apple more in my life. Okay, but look, bacon. Oh, this is a good deal too, but these are $5. Jeez. We're gonna go with the bacon. That is a pound of ground beef for $6.50, and it's 80/20. They do have a bunch of these. If you buy one, you get a second one half off. And they have a couple items that are under $4. They do have chimichangas for $2. Okay. I'm gonna do some thinking and I will be back. Oh my gosh, look at it. Jeez, I haven't been here in so long. I didn't even realize how expensive it was. Oh my word. Okay, let me go do some thinking and I'll be back. This is $1.25 at the Dollar Tree, and it's $2 here. I can't even get fake chicken. This is $15.50. 2 frozen burritos, some cheese, a can of corn, mac and cheese, and sausage. I don't know if I can afford corn, especially since it's not like it's a super nutrient food as much as something else might be. Oh my gosh, this is a lot harder than I thought. So for $2.50, can I get something that's a little bit more filling? I can't get any fruits or vegetables. So these are 2 for $6, and I'm seriously contemplating getting one of these, even if I rinse it, just for the insides. Or getting 2 of them. Like maybe doing that, and then the steak and potatoes. Okay, there you can see it was $16.97. I'm gonna do it before tax. That's like really the cheapest I could get it. And we're gonna have to be creative. Okay, so I'm pretty worried about this. I'm like, this is, if I had like $60, I totally could have bought groceries. I mean, I would have got a ground beef. They had a ham in a can. If I ate tuna, that would have saved my life. I even thought, like, what can I do to force myself to eat tuna? And I'm like, there's no point in vomiting. Like, that's what will happen. So, it's not a lot of things. I got this not for the mac and cheese, but because their noodles, just their pasta, was $3. So, I got this because we're going to be eating a lot of pasta, I think. Thank goodness we have pasta sauce. You saw my coveted bacon. I think we're going to have to tap into my chicken eggs this week. And I'm just going to have to say it is what it is, because I do pay for them to live at my house. Without me eating their eggs, there's a lot of eggs. I went with cheese because I'm thinking, if anything else, I can have a quesadilla for lunch. I put back the burrito because I was like, yeah, that sounds good, but it was just beef and cheese. And I'm like, I can't afford the beef. This was $3.99. $2 at Target, by the way. This is what put me over, and I contemplated putting it back, but I really think that I'm going to need this as a base for things. I was even thinking I could do bacon and potato taco roll-ups. I don't know. This is the stuff that touched my soul. Now this is where we're getting weird. I got 2 cans of soup. I got sirloin burger, and I got this one because it has the sirloin whatever's in it, the sirloin things. And then it also has peas, carrots, potatoes, and green beans. Now, I could take, this says it's 2 serving sizes. So if I took even 1 or a third of it, or half of it or a third of it, and ate it just as a soup, I could put it over the potatoes, which is what I was kind of thinking, the mashed potatoes, or over rice. Or I could rinse off or just take bits of it out and put it in other things. That's where we're at. This is making me really sad for people where you have to shop here. With that thought, I went with the steak and potatoes because I thought I could eat that with lentils. I could just add lentils into the can and get 4 servings out of this if I have to. I could throw some bacon in there. That doesn't sound very good either. Maybe I could take this steak out and make my own burritos. Guys, I think this is the most difficult challenge yet. There's been a couple times where it's like to the end of some of them where I'm like, okay, what are we gonna eat? I can't imagine having only a Walgreens and like that's it, and you don't have dinner, and you go in there. I haven't shopped in Walgreens other than clearance during like Christmas or after a holiday. Like after Valentine's, I always come and get Easter basket candies for half off. But $6.49 for a ground of, I mean, it's good that they have that, because if, like, heaven forbid, they didn't have anything like that. I'm thinking we're gonna eat a lot of, ooh, I should even make it harder. Oh, why do I do this to myself? I should add in breakfast. If we do that though, then I'm just doing eggs for my chickens and a slice of bacon. Like that's all you would get. All right, tonight for lunch, I just did a ramen packet. I was invited by, I have a friend. Guys, I have a real life friend. I haven't had a friend in real life for a really long time, and I'm really excited. She's like, we're a lot alike, and but she's more of the like building, fixes her truck, can't cook. So I'm like, cool, we'll just like buy a homestead together, and our husbands can do husband things, and you can build things for me, and I'll cook for you, and we'll have all the chickens. I met her in a chicken group, a local chicken group, and her chickens were sick, and she happened to live like a couple blocks from me. I don't know, I just had to share. Also, look at my new nails. So Elsie, the middle one, we've been learning about bones. So I asked her to do bones. So we have the rib and the sternum, and then a finger or a hand. There's a big egg. And then I told her I wanted them like as flashy as possible. So yeah. This is my new friend. This is like the only thing I do for myself, and I swear I stretch it out to the point that my nails snag in my hair because they really needed to be replaced like 2 weeks before. But anyways, I gotta get home. For dinner, we're gonna use the rest of that sausage, and we'll figure out what we can make. I wish I liked Vienna sausages because they were only $1.25, and hot dogs were $5 something for buy one get one free. But I can't imagine eating 2 packs of hot dogs in a week. Like I don't have any fruit or vegetables. They didn't even have like a banana. I wish I had $4 for those apples. Like I'm serious. To eat a fresh apple, that's like, this almost makes me want to cry. Like seriously, like it's tickling in my nose. My nose hairs are waving. I am so sad for people whose budgets don't allow for fresh produce. Especially, like there was something I was watching, and she was in prison, and she said she couldn't believe that the one thing she like, I don't remember if it was like a fake show or a documentary, but she was like, the one thing I just wished, like I didn't care if I could shave my legs, I didn't care if my brows were plucked, but to have a piece of an avocado was like everything. And that's so sad. Like, I'm not even gonna say, maybe you don't agree with me, but I feel like even if you're in prison, you are still a human, and you still should be fed proper nutrition. I'm not saying like they need to have like gourmet pizza night, but not even to have fruit or vegetables, and you don't get to go outside. And we have people who just can't afford it. Like, why are we not taking care of our seniors who can't have a piece of avocado? Sorry, this is long right now because now I'm getting emotional. I can't think about this. I was saying she invited me, and we went and played in this like little shallow lake thing, and her son fished, and my girls splashed around and said they were swimming even though their shoes were about that much immersed in the water, but they kept going, I love swimming. It was really cute. But we had a fun day there, and her dog looks like Zeus, like just like him but bigger, and I love him so much. I just want to pet his cute little face all the time. But he's like 200 pounds and kept shaking all the waters by me, and I was like, great guy, stop it. I probably look crazy. Okay, I'm gonna go home. Okay, we're back from the store. I'm real worried. I'm real worried about next week. So because of that, I'm gonna do a couple things. I forgot to take one of them out. I'm about to make dinner tonight, but for this week coming, we can use all this stuff we have. I can use I'll say up to 2 eggs a day. Up to 2 eggs a day. Sorry, I had to get a thing. Remember, I get sometimes a dozen eggs a day or more now with them starting to lay. I'm going to take a cup of this pasta and throw it in my boiling water. And then I'm going to allow a couple other things in my life. I'm going to allow this can. I got at the store the last time I went. It was 61 cents for some black beans. I know I have beans, but there's a couple things I like that pinto beans just don't taste as good. So I'm going to allow this can that I already have, but it was 61 cents on clearance. I am going to allow these 2 pieces of kale that were left over from a salad I made them this week. They didn't make it in the dish, and then I found them later. I'm going to get them wrapped up. I found them on the counter after I made it. So I'm going to put those in some foil. My oldest put the dishes away, so they're all funky over here. Like, just, I don't know what she did. She made them all work in the one container where they don't go. And then these are carrots that I already had from last week from Foods I Cooked Them. I'm gonna allow these 2 carrots because I have no fresh vegetables. And then this was from the pasta that went with the kale that I made last night. And I have this bit of lemon left. Sorry. And then again, my garden, if I were to have more than just basil and rosemary, we would do that. So it's almost 7. Do you want to start making their food?
Yeah.
Okay, so let me turn you down. I'm gonna put this away. No, I'm not gonna put that away. Let me put my kale away. I'm just gonna make some spaghetti again. It's gonna be a little bit different than the last one. Not try and cut on the cutting board with a knife. Here's just a little bit of some peppers. It's super hot here. These guys are just making sandwiches and the rest of the pasta salad that I made last night. I'm going to use just a small amount of carrots in my pasta. And to make sure it's just a small amount, whoop, we're going to use that much. Sorry, I had to do some burner changes. I accidentally turned that one on. So I'm going to throw my carrots and my peppers. In there, as well as some garlic. I took some rosemary. I don't think I need quite this much rosemary. I'm going to throw in my sausage. I used the beef tallow to kind of give it a little bit of beef flavor in my vegetables. I don't know how much it's going to be. Huh. Okay, and then I'm going to put in my chopped rosemary that I chopped when you weren't with me. I'm also, always check everything, you never know. So I'm going to use the diced onions and the tomato sauce. I probably only need about a half of a cup of sauce. And I'm going to use some of these diced tomatoes. So for reference, this spoon, this is, I don't know what the heck these spoons are called. It's not the big one, it's the little one. So it's like right in between the big and little spoons. And do like 1.5. Flavor's not bad actually. I'm gonna let this cook for a minute or so and get everything together. Now, I'm gonna take one of my basil leaves to put in it. To cook with it. Okay, well that's doing that. I am going to put this spaghetti sauce in the freezer. All right, let's try this. I have my sauce that wasn't cooking down fast enough, so I turned it up and then it cooked down a little bit too fast. But then I didn't save any pasta water.
Did you need this tomato?
Nope. We're going to put some of our cheese. Do you want more tomato?
No, that's fine.
This is some fresh basil. I'm trying to not get the tomato juice. I've cut tomato for their sandwiches. Oh wow, how cheap. Put some of those tomato juices in our thing.
How much do you want this liquid?
No, not. Okay.
Some more than that?
Yeah. Okay, I'm just incorporating the noodles and the sauce and the basil and the cheese. All right, it's the moment of truth. Hot dog spaghetti. I was gonna eat all of the sausage, but I can't afford to with bacon and soup for my menu next week only. Come here. This is how much it made, by the way. It filled up my bowl. Your face isn't in the thing.
Mmm.
He did say, Does it taste like that hot dog is in there? Give me a hot dog and I'll make you a gourmet dinner. Sherman heard hot dog and came running. Okay. I was gonna put garlic and onion, but I didn't put any seasonings. The salt from the cured sausage was enough. That fine meat we put in here. I'm gonna go eat dinner. He's just finishing up their sandwiches. See you later.